Good to see you.
Alright there, Revenants, welcome back to Code Vein and the Road to 100, and today we're going to be talking about Artemis, as it is one of two blood codes that can natively, innately make use of the Thunderbolt, and in the provisional government outskirts here, the most important thing to remember is lightning, 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 lightning. So we're going to have Blast Bolt, even though these two gifts are blood values, when you are striking the enemy with them, they are still high enough damage values that they still make a lot of sense. So keep that in mind that as we go through here. Now we're going to be having the Black Blood Liberator as a very, very, very high I-Core recovery, and then we are going to have Deft Parry to make sure that we can hopefully parry a few enemies, and especially the Queen's Knight Reborn, as he does a lot of attacks that we can parry. We just have to get our timings down, and if we miss any of our parries here, Slash and Blood are pretty low, so we will die in one hit. So this is kind of an average way of playing parries, and even though parries are one of the more difficult items to incorporate into your gameplay, it will be definitely a little interesting to see how we can go about engaging here with these guys, and we'll just kind of get our I-Core up here as much as we can, and then we will back off and do a little bit of gifting like that, and okay, and we'll use the stuff here to our advantage. And if you'll notice, those balls are a little bit of a tracking on the enemies when you do a charge attack, so keep that in mind if you are going for any kind of damage setup. You can go for these balls to track enemies, which is really, really nice. So if you lock on to an enemy and then you go for some charge shots, you will always be in a pretty good position to go for some enemy movement. Typically bayonets, when you attack an enemy, you are stuck with them wandering around and stuff, and things can be pretty bad pretty quickly. But with what we have here, we can actually lock onto these enemies, and from a pretty considerable distance, we can go for some damage. Oh, she's walking backwards, so that is really, really horrible. And now we have no I-Core, no enemies to attack. So let's just head back this way and see if that guy, if somebody will come and attack us over here. Because as of right now, we have no ranged options, and these guys are all going to figure out what to do from there, and there's nothing we can do about a parry, and we have no long distance shots, so it is time to just go in and try our luck here. Okay, let's go ahead and heal, and let's watch for the bayonets, and hopefully, yeah, she comes over here, and we'll go for a parry. That'll get us a lot of I-Core very, very quickly. Now we are in business. Okay, so we'll head over here for a backstab. We'll get loaded up on I-Core here. 2 and 3. Whoops. I tried to take the corner. So that's about an average engagement there. So whoopsie. But that can happen when you are in the throes of what is going on with each of the enemies here, and things can get out of hand pretty quickly. And that's completely fine, because it happens all the time. You can throw yourself off the edge pretty easily, pretty quickly, but oh well, it happened, and let's move on here. So 2 of these should finish him off. 1, 2. And when you're going for the outskirts here, there's really nothing super problematic, except for the fact that like all the enemies have good weaknesses, good diversity, good action skills to play around and everything, and so you can always find an enemy that you can go up against that makes pretty good use of what you have here in the game. And let's go for some attacks. Whoops, I wanted to go for a parry and I pushed the right mouse button instead of the parry button. And so rip 15 million. But when you get into some of these areas in here, the problem becomes that you are ganged up on by way too many enemies, and some problems can ensue very quickly when that happens. And so keep your wits about you, as you can see here, as we are giving kind of an average display here of how this area does or doesn't accommodate you. And it's pretty interesting how you know, these enemies are always stacked into these tiny little corridors that force you to pay attention to certain enemies more than other enemies, and so things can get out of hand very quickly. Okay. And so if you're going for pretty much anything here in this area of the game, absolutely go for lightning all the time, any of the time. Oh, okay. So we have an abundance of options here with these enemies. If we have enough Ichor to go for the range. And this guy, you can see that he wobbles all over the place. We are just barely not close enough. Oops. And those are fire and forget. You can see them tracking him as he wanders around. So that is very helpful, that we can have... Oh, okay. I tried to turn around and dodge. Okay, let's just head in here. Okay, that's one. And if we get shot again... Okay, good. We super lucked out there on that attack. Oh, okay. Let's use some benefits here of the terrain. Okay, let's head around here and get another heal in. Okay. Whoops. Whoop. Okay. And let's go for a launch, so we get all that sweet Ichor. Okay, lucked out again on not getting devastated there. Let's kill that one. Let's just push her away as fast as we can. Okay, good. So definitely some very tricky engagements here. Now these enemies here, we definitely want to go for some setups before we get into the fight with them. There we go. Okay, very good. So you can see that the overabundance of lightning here is serving us super well, that we can absolutely... Oh, we got the change in elevation. That was very fortuitous. Okay, all things are pretty crazy right now. Whoops. Alright, we only have 3 heals left to get to the midpoint, so pretty standard. Oh, okay. Oh, and dead, because we went for the launch. So this is a pretty standard pretty standard setup for going for some kind of bayonet where you need lots of I-core requirements. The Thunderbolt just kind of accentuates all of that, but that's fine because this is typically you know, the damage levels that you're dealing with at this level in the game, and things just hit like trucks, and so we are kind of in a regular playthrough almost, because you would be about a level 120 maybe at this point in the game, and things you know, hit. This is about kind of standard of what you would be going up against, and you would have the Black Blood Liberator, you would have all these things, so you would be able to kind of do all the same kind of stuff at this point in time. So this isn't even almost like a you know, 85th playthrough of the game in a sense. This is kind of like normal stuff. And so keep that in mind as you watch and see how things go here. This is all kind of regular. Now the toughest part, right, is just getting the items that you need to feel that you actually have a build going, and as you can see, we have all of the necessary tools, but as soon as we get hit by one thing, we're pretty much toast. So keep that in mind. Okay, so now here we can just go for long range shot and get rid of that guy. We can go for, yeah, I was gonna say we're probably gonna get hit here. Now that'll follow him if he doesn't, oh, okay. Let's see if this follows him, if he's gonna move. Okay, good. Alright, so see there, you can kind of use the terrain to your benefit if you want to, and different ways. Oh boy, this is really, really, really bad news. Okay, definitely go for this guy first to make sure that we get a follow-up with Blast Bolt to put him down. And then this fine specimen here, we can just continue to backstab if we need to. No problem. And definitely go for those parries when you have an option. It is a great ability to go for. Okay. Let's see if we can actually get through here this time. Okay, good. Sell the things, get me inventory. Good. Okay, this time we will just go for a straight up knock her off the edge. That's usually what Radiant Barrel can be really, really good for, is just knocking people off edges whenever you need to. It can be... Oh, we got the change in elevation yet again, so there must be a step right here somewhere. Somewhere here, pretty easily known there, but okay. Good doggy. Okay, and that was not this doggy. Okay, let's get rid of him. And let's... Whoops. That is not what I wanted to do. Okay, let's go for some launches here and get these free I-core points here. Since we can, we might as well. And even though those are blood shots, because of the fact that we're doing so many of them in quick succession, it is still very, very good. So let's draw her over. Whoops, there's another change in elevation accidentally. Whoops. Okay, let's go for some Blast Bolt there. Blast Bolt is an incredible gift, especially at this point in the game, because we have the ability to go for such big amounts of damage and everything. We are able to get super good use out of it. It's lightning, it's everything we need. It's very fast. It has a very short animation time, everything. It's a really great gift if you can deal with it. Okay, now we want to get the dogs, and then we want to get this guy. Okay, we'll set up him here with four shots, and good. Now we will just rush this guy for, whoops, I was gonna say for parries, but apparently he beat me to the punch there, literally the punch. Okay, and then let's heal. Oh, we don't have any heals, so that just reminds me of Vector Man every single time I hear that sound. So now we will make a run for it to the missile here and the ladder. So as long as we get the ladder, we are in business. Okay, good. So it took us 10 heals to get to the halfway mark, essentially, which is way more than it should take, but hey, you take what you can get in Vayne, and especially at these crazy levels. So you can already see how the Queen's Knight Reborn fight is kind of going to go, in a sense. It's going to be extremely tough, extremely long, and we're going to have our work cut out for us, that's for sure. So we got monkey time here, which is fine. Good. And you can see that the abundance of lightning there sure makes for a great way. We gotta get ready for the parry. There we go. Okay. Whew. And see, we're already down 2 heals from 1 hit. Very tough. So we will take the southerly route this time. Having this kind of gun here is super helpful in this sort of area, because you can see how well it does versus monkeys. And so here, let's just get rid of monkey, because monkey is ridiculous, and this guy is a fun fight. He is definitely a good fight, and we want to make sure that we are not being ganged up on by monkeys here. And since we have the ability to, since we have the ability to go for 45% increase on our lightning, 20% from the weapon, 20% from the gift, and then 5% from the charge attack, we can get above any of the enemy's lightning resistances. So it's always going to be a benefit to us to have all of our lightning stuff running all at the same time. So it's not quite as high as something like Bridge to Glory would do us, or something else, but for what we are going for here, for, you know, stacking up on lightning, it all does really well. Okay, monkey again. Alright, so as you can see, I mean, this area hits very hard. Things are constantly ganging up on you and putting you into very difficult positions. And again, we got hit once again, so we gotta heal twice, and that puts us down at a pretty big disadvantage before we even get moving. But here we can okay. Oh, we are outside of his range. Oh. So So we'll definitely take that charge attack to make sure that we have enough Ichor moving into this area. Very good. Okay, and let's get these going, and let's save enough for Monkey, so we can shoot Monkey. Okay. Good. Whoops. Whoa, that was really, really close there. Okay, let's take the backstab so we can get a couple of blast bolts right into him. Get this going. Oh boy. Big damage incoming there. So we'll let him come around the corner. Okay. And we're dead. So you can see the effect of having 0 defenses as you go later into the game. One hit, one mistake can have you respawning over and 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 over, just because of the defenses being so low. And the Ivory Grace right here in that chest is no exception to that rule, because most of the time you will be going through the game and you'll be saying that, you know, oh, this veil, that veil, whatever, things aren't kind of what they seem. And in a sense, that's kind of correct, because if you just kind of throw things together and say, you know, oh, I need lightning, I need this, I need that, then things kind of appear that they're either not good or something of that kind. And so here, this is kind of what I wanted to show, is that you can't just have an understanding of what you're going up against. You have to actually prepare for specifics in each and every level of every area. Oops. But that worked out pretty nice right there. So whenever you're going up against, you know, these different kinds of enemies, make sure that you kind of know what you're getting into. Now, if it's obviously your first playthrough and stuff, it's not going to happen that way. Oh boy, we got both of them now. Okay, let's run all the way over here. Now we will attract more monkeys, but that's fine. Whoops. Oh boy. Let's go ahead and heal. Oh, I think that guy killed himself. Which is fine by me. So that is a super benefit of just running around. I will take it. Now here we've got Super Monkey Town. There are monkeys just each and every direction that you look. Oh. Okay, so now let's get the other monkeys here so they don't sneak up on us. Okay, good. And then we have these folks over here. Now, this is very, very tough, because you will get shot at by all of these guys as soon as you march to the edge here. But if you have Radiant Barrel, you can push her off the edge and then dodge their bullet. So, very, very nice. So this guy is not too tough. The bayonets are not really that intense if you get rid of the Hellguard, or the Vanguard there, so that's nice. And this guy, he's just out skis. Okay, so that's that. Alright, so whenever you're going for bayonets, definitely always kind of over prepare, because everything is going to be super difficult. No matter what you do, no matter how you build, and no matter how you play, things are just going to be very, very tough. Oh boy. We're dead. I had that feeling when we went for the launch. That is most unfortunate. But as you can see, this is kind of an average playthrough about of, you know, just kind of building and not like, you understand that, yep, we definitely need to go for lightning and things are not exactly as they seem. So what would be better going forward in this area is more AoE instead of going for single target attacks like what we have here. We have a lot of single target, and that can be helpful for except for things like that, and so it just becomes overwhelmingly oppressive when everything is kind of a one-shot and you're not built specifically, you know. And this is when things might seem that, well, Vayne is a really hard game, and then you can turn around and twist one or two knobs, and then Vayne turns into a very easy game. So that is kind of how things happen at certain points in time. You just can't really predict until you've been through the game a couple times. And when you have been through the game a couple times, all of a sudden things seem very odd and strange, and it's kind of hard to say what Vayne is until you've kind of played everything. And so when you've been through enough of the levels, you kind of understand that, yep, there's always going to be this like give and take with each and every setup that Vayne has. So it's kind of interesting. Okay, so let's get rid of that monkey, and let's come over here, and let's go for these monkeys. Okay, and no more monkeys jumping on the bed, so that's good. We'll head over here, and then we will deal with the monkeys as they pop up here. So there's monkey. Ouch. Okay, and then we got one more monkey. Let's shoot him in the back. Okay, excellent. Oh, nice. Some lost crystals here. Okay. Alright, and then here we've got more monkeys. A super benefit of having a wide sweeping strike weapon like the Thunderbolt here, where it can hit multiple enemies all at once. Okay, very good. And let's hit him with a blast bolt. And let's go for this fella. And we'll get a couple backstabs and get loaded up on Ichor. And then we will head into the boss. Okay, so you kind of see how the base levels of the blood codes that offer access to the Thunderbolt, this one and Orion, these are the only two that innately support the Thunderbolt's requirements. And so when you get into this level of the game, you know, you kind of have to understand the requirements, and then when the requirements happen, you have to ask yourself, well, is that actually a good enough blood code or weapon set or anything that I have that's actually going to make a difference? So keep that in mind. Okay, so here we go. Take that for that 5% there. Okay, now remember, one hit and we die. Okay. He's... Okay, well, anyways, we will get it here. So for this fight, we may need to just bring some distractions, just to make sure that we can actually get through here. But this is kind of an average fight with bayonets, because this guy does not leave a whole lot of openings for charge shots or regular shots, and if you don't get the parries, you're not really going to have a whole lot of ichor or stamina to be able to operate fully and most effectively. So keep that in mind as you go through here. It's a pretty intense fight overall, because he is just constantly going for things like that shield bash there. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, and apparently my space bar is slow. Apparently I'm slow, but that's kind of how this fight goes, because the dodge attacks of the bayonet are so short range, as you can see there. When you dodge to the side, they are pretty short range. So if we bring Io along, she's the best to bring in this fight, just because of her ability to remove leak later on. But this guy is pretty tough to run bayonets against. He's definitely a very fun one-handed sword fight. Very balanced in that regard. When you are playing with a bayonet, trying to go for shots away from him, he does not stay away very long. He charges you like all the time, and the actual weapon strikes here like this. Oh, we got the charge, or the change in elevation. That's so cool. And see, he's always trying to get close to you. Okay, so he's going for Io there. That's fine. Okay. Yep, and one hit and you're pretty much dead. Oh, see there, my dodge did not hit him. Okay, let's go ahead and heal. And you can see how the distractions have kind of made this guy useless here, almost. Okay, he's definitely going for a leak. So now we have really no abilities here except our we have no abilities except our weapon strikes, which are not that great. Oof, didn't dodge that one at all. But you can see how much of a difference it makes to have distractions in order to actually get progress with a bayonet, because most of the time he's right on top of you. You can't really use the bayonet portion of what you have, even though you have a lot of lightning damage out of those weapon strikes, which is great for this fight, and you're doing slash lightning, which is what you want to be doing, or ice slash ice. The problem is that there's just not enough time in between each attack and stuff to actually get okay, yep, we're dead already. That sounds about right. And we're dead again, because backblast is a real thing. See ya, Io. And this is where bayonets can do pretty well in adventuring, but then going into bosses, it really depends what the boss is what the boss is and what their moveset is. If the boss's moveset is erratic, like this guy, bayonets are just about the worst thing you could go for. If they are something like Oliver, where he's just always in front of you, then it can be very, very nice. But that's, oh boy. Yep. Yeah, that is so hard to dodge. As a normal mobility, it's very, very hard to dodge. Okay, let's see if we can take this guy out. And so you can see that Radiant Barrel and Fusillade Rondo are kind of ineffective here because there's so much Ichor, and they are long frame times, and so we are stuck in a attack animation that we can't get out of for a boss that is very erratic and very quick. So all of a sudden, our awesome build that was pretty much destroying oh, missed the parry there. That was destroying enemies in the meantime. We just can't hit those now. See, even our lightning balls are having a hard time keeping up with the guy. Let's go ahead and get some Ichor here. Let's get a charge drain so we get a bunch of Ichor. And you can see there, that was a pretty weak attack overall. Not anything really great there. It's very hard to see what's going on here. Whoops. and that's the power of no hit or one hit. And that's the difference between victory and defeat, is one false move and it's over. So that's kind of one of the interesting things about the max difficulty here, is that it can almost turn you into like one of those no-hit guys on YouTube where, you know, they just do everything no-hit or one-hit or whatever their challenges are. Oh, we got the change in elevation there. Oh, and see, one hit again and we're dead. And because of having EO, we are able to... Oh, we're dead. Yep. So, and then see again, you can just be turned into a miserable slob at the end of it. So it's pretty amazing how the later difficulties of Vayne just kind of brutalize you, or you just walk in and one-shot everything. So it's either you get one-shot or you do a one-shot. So that's where average builds kind of fall short, is that they do have a lot of damage and they do have a lot of utility, but they have a really hard time overcoming the one-shot potential of the enemies. And so there's nothing really that can be done to mitigate that exact same feeling of how you engage with the different enemies. Oops. Anyways, so trying to run bayonets, you know, it just becomes really tough overall, because most of the time you can't reach this guy, and then when he reaches you, you have to parry and swing your sword, because you don't really have time to set up for bayonets. And because he aggro switches so easily and so fluidly, you never know if he's coming after you or if he's going after your partner. So you never really have enough time to actually consider what he's doing. And so that can be pretty tough overall. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. So let's go for a Fusillade Rondo since we have it. And you can see there that that really didn't do like that much damage. Get him, Io, get him. Okay, let's back up and get a charge drain here before he switches. Whoops. That's interesting in this phase that he did two attacks. Typically it's one. See, it's usually like that, where it's one. Oh, dead. And that's just kind of, you know, how things can happen. See, now, if we actually get to a point here where we get another good run like we had, we can actually move forward. But the real problem is just the erratic nature and trying to run average sets of builds versus these late enemies. And typically they just don't make up for the mistakes that you can make. You know, they're assuming that by this point in the game you play perfectly, right? Because you are constantly running against the same enemies you've played before, so they assume that you've learned everything. But the reality is that some of the attacks, and when their hitboxes engage with you and everything, sometimes they just don't work out as you would think they would. And so sometimes things just aren't what they seem, and it becomes very difficult to actually predict what is going on. Like that. There is very hard understanding there. Well, that was pretty cool. We caught him in the act of transitioning. Dead. Thanks, you. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Oh, come on. We just spend all our time dodging, I guess. All right.
Good morning.
Good morning, you. See, and you can walk in here with a two-handed sword and just walk up and completely annihilate this guy with an average jack setup. And it's pretty amazing that you can have this level of difficulty and this struggle against something that really isn't that hard, but just because of the... Oh, we got the change in elevation, and it almost killed us. Okay, go ahead and do that. Oh, come on. See ya, you. I figured she got caught in the defense animation. So, you know, this is kind of an average display of what bandits kind of struggle with. Is either you walk in and you one-shot, or you struggle to find Ichor, you struggle to find openings, you struggle to find different setups, just because of the fact that, you know, things like that happen, and you're trying to be close, you're trying to be far away. Oh, yeah, okay. Had no idea what was happening there. Thanks, you. Oh, man. EO turned him around in a corner, right into my face. Oh, jeez.
I was waiting for you.
Thanks, you. You were waiting for me. I was waiting for you. Okay, well. And I have been getting a lot of questions lately about the outfit. Everything about this outfit on this character is stock Vayne. The wings are not stock. Those are from Nexus mods, but everything else, this is just the towel and a bunch of accessories. EO is stock as well. There is nothing different about her than what is readily available in the game. And so if you're looking for these kinds of things, they are in the game. Okay, here we go. Whoa. Whoa. That sounds about right. Uh-oh. My nose is dripping. I guess I'm alright. Okay, let's see if we can finish him off before the 1 hour mark here. Who knows? There's never a guarantee. You just never know what Vayne can bring your way. And that's one of the reasons why this was kind of delayed from Monday, was because I wanted to go for something that was a little more difficult, because I had given some pretty easy recommendations the past couple days, and so this definitely gives a... Oh, we're dead. This definitely gives a difficulty spike here, because we're using blood, but then all the lightning things that we're using are dependent on our weapon, so this definitely ratchets up some of the difficulty, and especially since we can't revive our partner, which we could take away some of our damage, 50% of our shots, which we're not taking that many, so it might be worth it to be able to to bring that back. But this is typical Vayne, that sometimes you can get stuck in a death loop, sometimes you can just, you know, walk in and win. That is very tough to do in Vayne here, and we're just getting trounced. What? Okay. Oops, he's going after EO, which is fine. I mean, not fine, but it's acceptable. We're dead. He had the longest windup in history there, and we had the longest gift usage. Man, he is just very, very hard up for going for EO here. Okay, now hopefully we can get him to stagger. Nope. We got him to stagger twice while he was doing that attack there, but oh well. Okay, leak phase is over. Let's see how many of these he's going to go for. Looks like about 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that was pretty intense. Oh, he's going for leak again. Thanks, you. 1. Oh, okay. Very interesting here. 1, 2. Oh, that's it. Huh. Okay, there we go, finally. Good dodges in phase 3, and all will be good. Holy cow. Oh, what a long episode. Thanks, guys, for watching.